Mahaprabhu. In this section of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is described. For those who were not here yesterday, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, we explained how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was the most learned person, the foremost scholar of his time. Not only was he the teacher of countless sannyasis, but he was the guru of the king, Prataparudra. So his position was very exalted. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed us how to share Krishna consciousness with other living entities in a humble mood. He did not take the superior position. He did not go there and chastise him or confront him. But he took the humble role and he said, "You are my spiritual master, please instruct me, please teach me." Thus he sat down and listened to him for 7 days, enunciate Vedanta, after which the Lord had won his heart by his humility. And then the Bhattacharya could actually accept his criticism. Now, we're usually not so patient. We don't usually even have 7 seconds of patience. Usually we're walking around with a t-shirt which says, "Free advice." And even if you don't ask me, I will give you free advice. Even if you don't ask me for it. Because that is the modern way of doing things. That we think we have to say everything immediately. But that is the sign of a very uncultured person. Because some things should not be said. Because if the other person, even if it is the truth, if the other person cannot appreciate it, then what is the use of you making that statement? It is not beneficial, neither for you nor for the person. Because the person gets agitated and he cannot accept it, and you make a fool out of yourself because you've just shown yourself to have no tact and no culture whatsoever. Just like you meet a person and you tell that person, "You got a big ugly nose in your face." Now I'm trying not to look at anybody here. I close my eyes, because otherwise you think, why is he telling me that? Now, everybody can see that that person has a big ugly nose in his face. He himself knows it. Because every day he looks in the mirror, he goes like, and he measures it, and So the person himself is the most disturbed about it. But we think, in our self-righteous way, I have told him the truth. Right? Because truthfulness is the last leg of dharma. So I have to speak the truth. This is my mission to my guru. I have to be truthful. But what benefit is there in going out there and beating people over the head with what we think is the truth, or what appears to be the truth? People will only become upset, and they will only avoid us, because we have shown ourselves to be very uncultured and to be very unrefined. So, truth should be spoken in a palatable way, so that the person can appreciate it. Now somebody may say, "Oh, I'm not interested in all this, political correctness and packaging and marketing." But if the person shuts off just because of the way you talk to them or because of the way you behave, your message will not get across. You will not be heard. This is the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, our topmost scripture. He shows us what it takes to win the heart of the living entities. Now, for the common man, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would perform Harinam Sankirtan. Tremendous kirtans, prasad distribution, profusely. And he would discuss philosophy with very few exalted personalities. With whom did he engage in arguments? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Mayavadi sannyasis, the Prakashananda, Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis, Ramananda Roy. These are some of the personalities where he discussed philosophy and higher topics. But for the rest of the crowd, he gave them kirtan and prasadam. And it worked. So we should do what works. We can think that we have a great strategy, but if the strategy is not working, then maybe we have to rethink our strategy. Phalena parichiyate. You can judge something by its fruit, by its result. Just like yesterday, we went to Wimbledon. And don't worry, we get back to Chaitanya Charitamrita, just in case you're wondering. And we had a little sit-down bhajan, 2-3 devotees. There's a book table, there was some prasadam, the deities were there, and there's about 10 or 12 of us. And all the people who walked by started smiling, they stopped, they came over, they took, and prasadam was not, hold out your hand and we give you a scoop of halava, Have you ever seen devotees do that? Hold out your hand. You remember those times? Huh? And you have people in their business suit, in their 3-piece suits. They just come from meetings, from business, and you say, hold out your hand. And then you take a scoop of dripping oily halava and you go, chunk, and you put it on. And they're like, what? What happened? No. It was nice containers, one with strawberries and one with cherries. And everybody was taking. Nobody was refusing. Why? Because it was not foreign to them. It was not exotic. It was not weird or strange. But it was just fruit. It just looked like fruit. But it wasn't fruit. It was Mahaprasadam from Shishigornitai. So once they got the prasadam, then the person showed them, hey look, we're doing this here, come over here. And then already the book is in their hand. And they can't leave because it's too nice. So we have to learn the art of connecting with the person. And connecting means you have to understand where is that person. If you want to make a connection to something, you have to know where is that thing. You can't just, okay, I'm connecting, I'm doing outreach, I'm reaching out. But you're not connecting. So you have to know where is the person. If you want to connect to this glass, then you have to know where it is, so you can actually connect to it. Now, our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada, did the exact same thing. When the devotees asked him, why did you take so long to America? Why did you wait 70 years? Why didn't you come earlier? Prabhupada said, I had to do my homework. I had to write these books. Because I knew if there would be no books, then how will I ever have my message heard by the people? He knew that the Western people, they're not sentimental, they're not so emotional. He has to reach them with books, with literature. So he wrote his books. And when he went to America, he stayed in a town called Butler, Pennsylvania, which is a little town which most of us probably have never heard if we wouldn't have read Prabhupada Lilamrita. Even the people in Pennsylvania don't know Butler. And I've heard that from people who are from Pennsylvania. It's a very unknown town. But Prabhupada stayed there for 5 months at the home of Gopal and Sally Agarwal, studying the American people.